Hey all, Hipper here. So in case you didn't know, it's actually possible in Diablo 4 to play the whole game as a local couch co-op. And I love that, and I've done a lot of experimentation in the game here. It's only been out for a few days, and it's only for, people who pre-bought the game. But I have been testing out different plays and different characters, obviously. So I'm gonna start giving you my take on which characters would work really well in local co-op. Now, obviously, all characters are going to work playing with each other because you're not going to break anything. But I have found that some characters just, flow better and are more fun playing at the same time when you're playing two people together and you're sitting on the same couch or chair, whatever, the same living room. And, there's just better combinations in general. And, of course, the whole game here, Diablo 4, is about, mastering your character and, making them exactly the way you want. And even more so when you play local co-op. So I've found that a Barbarian is always good to have when you're playing with a friend. Because it's just, it's like a melee character and the skills are pretty good. Now I'm just showing you one of my Barbarian characters here, and you don't have to build it the same way I do, but I'm speccing into Whirlwind and Fury Generation, in, pretty much in general, so I can keep my Whirlwind going, and also my crowd control abilities is what I am trying, especially the abilities to gather enemies in one spot, because then obviously I get the more Fury, and I also make it easier for the second player to hit the mobs that I collect together. And that's why the Barbarian is so good, I think. And I do think that at least, well, one of the characters should be a Barbarian, and then, I'll go through everything else in these videos here. But we're starting out with this one where, we have a very traditional Fury, Whirlwind, Deathblow Barbarian here, nothing really out of the ordinary. And then the second player for this video here is going to be the Rogue. Now, a Rogue you can play both as a ranged character and also more in your face, but this one with Puncture is more of a ranged build. And I think it works really well with Barbarian as well, because other than rapid fire, I take all the traps I can get. And that way, once the Barbarian has, gathered all the enemies in one spot and is starting to whirlwind them, you can jump in there as well and throw all your traps into the middle of the mob and just absolutely decimate the enemies that way. It works really well, and both characters are, getting the most of their skills, because the Barbarian and also the Rogue to some extent is able to funnel the characters in, or the enemies into one spot, and once that happens, that's when both characters with these builds here are able to hit them with full power. And it's very efficient, and it's also a lot of fun, obviously. Especially once you get the death trap here, which is one of the higher skills here. Once you get that, you can just throw that into the mob, and the Barbarian whirlwinds away. And of course, there's no friendly fire in Diablo 4. So that way, you can use ranged characters along with melee characters at the same time. In games like Divinity, Original Sin, that's a little bit difficult, because you're going to hurt the melee character if you are a ranged character or a magic character, for example, because you're going to create fire surfaces, and that'll hurt your your co-op player. That's not the case in Diablo 4, so you don't have to worry about that at all. So a Rogue Barb combination, totally doable. I don't think it's the best combination, but it's definitely one of the most fun combinations out there. So this is just the first video in the series, so if you like it, don't forget to subscribe and keep an eye out for the next one, where we'll look at a different combination. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.